Hey everybody, Coach Toolshed here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a little bit of a different type of video than I brought you over the last few weeks. And at the end of the video, I'm going to have a special offer for you. For one, I'm going to have a quick news update, and I'm also going to make a quick correction on something I said at the very end of my last video. But that's all for the end of the video. Right now, I want to talk about From Software, and I want to talk about the so-called Soulsborne series. And this is a series that is pretty well known, but it's not really played as much as it's known because I think a lot of people are off-put by the game, both by some members of the community who can be kind of, overbearing at times, telling you that, you suck, stuff like that. But today I'm going to be presenting the case on why I think you might want to give it a try if it's something that you've thought about before, but maybe you were a little bit wary of trying it. Maybe you thought it'd be too difficult for you, or maybe you're just turned up by the community, because I want to let you know, as I can attest, yes, there are people who are not great to play with in the community, but if you look a little bit deeper, you'll find that there is a bigger community, a much bigger community, who is there, who just want to help other players, help new players, help people beat bosses and get through areas that they haven't gotten through before when they're just slamming their head into the wall trying to get through places. There is a huge community of people that will help you for years on end. These are still active communities. If you go on to a lot of other games, you'll see that after a year or so they die off, but these are communities that still keep going year after year after year. And the reason why you have these people that are willing to help is because they know that there's challenges to come with beating these games, and there are mental and gameplay obstacles that you have to overcome, and they've been there and they've done it, and they can help you out now. But I'm here to tell you today, I think these games kind of have gotten a bad rap over the years as being too difficult for the average gamer, and I'm here to tell you that that is not actually the case. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh man, they're easy, bruh, they're easy, bruh. No, I'm not going to tell you to get good either. I'm going to tell you that these are games that can be beaten even by your average gamer. It just requires a little bit more focus and a little bit of rewiring of the way your brain works and how to persevere through adversities, because at the base, these games are not super complicated. People can act like they are, and there are some systems in place that can be a little bit, mysterious, that people are still trying to work out, but that's not anything you really need to worry about if you want to tackle one of these games. And so what games am I talking about? You probably already know, but for those of you who don't, I'm talking about the games made by From Software over the last just 6, 7, 8 years, really since 2009. So in 2009, Demon's Souls came out, and that was a new IP by From Software, and a lot of people didn't really necessarily play it, and it got a reputation for being kind of too hard. And then they had another game come out, Dark Souls, and now we have 3 of those that they've produced over just a relatively short time span. And also Bloodborne, which is a Sony exclusive, which is another phenomenal entry in the series. And now they're working on a new game, Sekiro, which is not... It's going to be a bit of a divergent path from these games, and I'll get into that at another time. But what I want to talk to you today is about these games, these Soulsborne games. And I want to tell you, you can get through these games, and I'm going to tell you how. So, a little bit about my history with the series. I am one of those terrible, terrible people who didn't start playing the series until Bloodborne on the PS4. I didn't play any of the games on PS3 when they first came out. But after I started playing Bloodborne, and after I beat Bloodborne, and then after I platinumed Bloodborne, I went back and I played all the other games in the series, and I'll tell you what, they are every single game, and of course they're not really a series per se except for Dark Souls, but all 5 of these games are phenomenal in their own way. And that's just me saying it. Maybe you've played them and you hate them, and you're saying, Coach, you are an idiot right now. Well, okay, if you really tried it and you've beaten it and you just still don't like it, okay. But if you're someone who's tried it and you gave up, or you've tried it and you got a little ways in, you got kind of frustrated real early on and you just threw it down in disgust, I'm telling you, you can get through this, because all you really have to do is concentrate and think it's not just about quick reflexes, because if it was, I wouldn't be able to do it, because I don't have the fastest twitch skills. I am not a great first-person shooter player. I can do it, but I'm nothing special. I'm nothing special at a lot of games. I'm pretty average, but I've gotten through all of these games multiple times. And how did I do it? It's because you have to be able to focus and block everything out and concentrate on the game as it presents itself to you. The challenge of the game is part of it. And I know this has been said before, and a lot of people are like, oh, how come there's not an easy mode? I just want to play it. But there is an easy mode, and I'll get to that soon. But a big part of the game, and the thing that keeps you coming back if you stick with it, is when you run into that boss that is driving you nuts. And some of these bosses, the first time you fight them, they can kill you within literally 5 seconds. You're dead. And you're like, how in the world am I going to beat this? But then, once you figure it out, once it clicks and you beat them, oh, there's nothing else like it in gaming. There's nothing else like it. The sense of accomplishment you get when you finally beat a tough boss that's been driving you nuts, it's like nothing else. And that is what keeps people coming back. And that is what the people who want to help you, that's the feeling that they want to help you achieve as well. And once you beat the game, maybe you'll want to go and start helping other people, like I did. Because I've beaten a lot of games, and I've done, co-op stuff, raids and stuff, and yeah, it feels good when you beat it, but nothing quite compares to when you've really been struggling and you finally focus, you laser in, and you know this boss. There was one boss that drove me nuts for days, literally days. But then when I finally beat him, I was able to beat him without even getting hit. And that felt so good to finally be able to just put that boss behind me. It was amazing. And again, maybe you've tried these games and you say, Coach, they're just too difficult for me. But what you're seeing on the screen here, this is the beginning of Bloodborne. This is the very first area, and this is an area where a lot of players just outright quit. And as you can see, I'm not doing anything special here at all. I'm just methodically working my way through the enemies to get through this area. And if you're someone who picked this game up, or you picked up another Souls game and you're just like, man, this is way too hard, it can seem that way at first, but there's always a way through every area. And if you want to they give you some tricks. You can maybe use a bow in some areas. Maybe there's some throwable items you can use to lure enemies away. Maybe you can just kind of run through the area if you really have to. But this area right here is particularly well known as a sort of trial by fire, and a lot of people just they get burnt out and they just can't do it because they say, I even have friends in real life who tell me, I tried beating that area, it's too hard. But just look at what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything that's too difficult here. Just working my way through. And this is what you can do too, and this is how the game is. And yes, there are bosses that can be really tough. And I'm going to tell you why you can get through them. And why you can get through them is because of what I mentioned earlier. There's a community of people that are really eager to help you out. And I am one of them. Yes, I am one of them. I love helping people through these games. I have a lot of friends that I play with that I've known for a long time, and I've helped some of them get through these games. And I've beaten all these games, like I said, multiple times. So I'm no expert, but I'm good enough to help you through. And there's a lot of other people that are willing to do that. They will pick you up and carry you through on their back because they love to do it. And that's just as simple as it is. They like to do it. Usually I don't go back to games that I've already beaten, especially games that if I've already gotten 100% complete, if I've got the platinum, I almost never go back to these games unless it's a multiplayer game that you can just keep playing forever and ever. But for a game that is primarily PvE, there is some PvP in these games, and you can get more invested in that if you want. But if you just want to go through the game, there's so many different times I've just kept finding myself going back to these games again and again and again, because I just love going through. I love trying out new weapons. I love trying out new builds. And some of the games are better at that than others. And there's people that, there's always the fans who will, you know, they get all uppity and they're like, oh, I don't like this part of this game and I don't like that aspect of this game. But at the end of the day, they keep playing these games because they keep coming back, because you can go through, you can get a new build, get a new weapon that you haven't tried before, and it can totally change how you play the game. And now, I want to get to my special offer to you guys. If you've wanted to play one of these games, I'm not going to go too far in depth into these games today. I'm just going to be a quick video. But if these games are something that you've been a little bit worried about trying, you don't think you can do it, or maybe you tried it and you got started and you couldn't do it, I'm here right now to offer help to you. If you comment to me down below, I will help. I don't know how many people, but I will try to get to you. I will help you out if you comment to me down below. If you want help in Bloodborne or Dark Souls 3 or the new Dark Souls Remastered, or even maybe Dark Souls 2, but that's a little bit trickier. But the games that have the password systems, the newer games, I will help you if you comment to me down below. That's my special offer to you. How many people are going to do that? How many YouTubers are going to help you do that? If you want help with a tough boss, I can help you out. If you want help getting through the start of the game, I can help you out. If you just need a couple of tips, I'll do what I can. Like I said, I'm not exactly an expert, but I can help you out. So, that's it for this part of the video. Now, for the news update. So, it actually ties into the correction I have. So, at the end of my last video, I talked about Fallout 76 and how there's not going to be a whole lot of news, and I said that there's going to be a conference on August 10th. That's actually incorrect. It's August 11th. That's the correction. So, like I said, it's been pretty quiet. The only news that we have right now is not enough for a whole video. So if you want to go to the Fallout 76 Twitter page right now, they do have a link where you can go and ask a question of them, and something that if maybe your question will get picked or your topic will get picked, that Todd Howard will try to answer during the conference, supposedly. So that's the only news that I have right now. Like I said, I think it's going to be pretty quiet until we actually get to that conference. They've been pretty much radio silent since the whole snafu with the beta last week. So that's all I have for you today. I'm Coach Toolshed. Let me know what you think down below. If you tried playing these games and you were just like, you know what? I hate this. Okay, if you hate it, that's fine. But if you're someone who just didn't play it because you thought it'd be too hard, I'm telling you, it's not. If you want help, contact me below. I will definitely help out at least the first handful of people that get to me. All right, maybe I won't be able to get to everybody, but I will help out at least the first few people that contact me. Okay, I can help you out on PlayStation 4 or on Xbox as well. On PC, I don't really have it. I don't have those games on my PC right now. So, if you want help, you let me know. That's my offer to you. Who else is going to help you? Old Coach will help you. Keep it turned to 11, guys.